mengajak. Tahulah.
Malaysia's found Rosmah Mansor, the wife of former Prime Minister Najib Razak, guilty in a corruption trial.
It was to help a company win a government project to supply solar panels to schools.
Rosmah was found guilty of soliciting and accepting bribes in exchange for recommending a 1.25 billion ringgit government project to supply energy to 369 rural schools in Sarawak.
Integrity in a layman definition would be something that you can describe as wholesomeness, a completion of a work procedure. Okay, so integrity is a term that you can directly connect it with the Islamic term of ihsan. Okay, so integrity is something that you do even without people seeing you. So in terms of a character, integrity would be things like you said, walk the talk. That is integrity.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. Welcome back to the Unsolved Mystery where we investigate the most heinous crime. I am Ati Ramsey and in today's episode, Unsolved Mystery, Malaysia First Lady Biggest Case brings to you one of the shocking scandals involving the notorious Rosmah Mansor, the former First Lady of Malaysia. The 1.25 billion ringgit solar hybrid energy project for rural schools in Sarawak is the center of the scandal. The bribery for contract case got underway in November 2018 when Rosmah Mansor was accused of asking Saidi Abang Samsudin, the former managing director of Jepak Holdings in Iran Berhad, for 187.5 million to Datuk Rizal Mansor as a means of enticing him to help the business land the project.
In essence, this 1.25 billion ringgit solar hybrid project aims to provide Sarawak's rural schools with interior electricity. In November 2018, the case went to trial after Datin Seri Rosmah was accused of asking Saidi Abang Samsudin, the former managing director of Jepak Holdings in Berhad, for 187.5 million ringgit and bribes totaling 6.6 million ringgit through her assistant, Datuk Rizal Mansor, in order to secure the contract for this project. It is believed that these offences took place between 2016 and 2017. Rizal, who was initially accused of being involved in the scandal with Rosmah, was ultimately killed by the prosecution, after which he testified against Rosmah. Rizal testified that Saidi and his business partner, Ryan Razwi Abdullah, personally delivered the 6.6 million ringgit cash payment to Datin Seri Rosmah at her home. Rosmah refuted each of the three allegations of corruption leveled against her, and in doing so, placed the entire blame on Rizal. She argued that Rizal's initiative to ask Jepak Holdings in Berhad for bribes to secure the project. The High Court finally sentenced Rosmah to 10 years in prison and a fine of 970 million ringgit in September of last year. However, Rosmah believed that her conviction was incorrect and she appealed to the Court of Appeal. Through this case, we could see how the integrity principle tormented within the public procurement system. In this instance, the powerful individual acted unethically and abused their position for personal gain. It was clear how Datin Seri Rosmah had benefited from Jepak Holdings' bribes. This case actually highlights the flaws in our public procurement system and the ways in which it needs to be improved.
What a bizarre! Let's examine the case more closely now. To get more insight from the legal perspective of this case, we reached out the head of program Diploma in Public Administration, Dr. Asmida binti Lokman.
Can you clarify your personal opinions regarding individual integrity linked to this case?
We assess you as a good person or as integrity person is how capable are you in fulfilling that duty. Okay, the duty is always to protect the interests of the people. If you refer to the case that you were given, so then the question will be, is the public interest of the people is being protected?
Question. Doctor, does the process of awarding of the tender involved in this case violate the public procurement process in terms of integrity?
If you look at the objective of public procurement, it is to ensure that there is a continuity of supply of material and resources by the government, that is, you source them from the best and reliable sources. If the project is to provide a solar system, so who do you think will be the best to provide that service? Isn't it? But if you look into the case, the main company that is providing that source will be a car rental company. So it doesn't match. Does it? In terms of expertise or in terms of your experience in providing the product, that by itself should be very questionable.
The maximum sentence for violations of integrity offence that lead to the corruption have been imposed, with a harsh sentence up to 20 years in jail time due to the disgraceful crime they have done. According to the report, Datuk Sri Rosmah Mansor solicited bribes totaling approximately 187.5 million in this case, which is a massive amount of money. Those people involved with the regard of transparency deprivation issue often misleading and not being frank about things. It will lead to the palpable distrust between themselves. Did you see such a discourteous act can affect one's dignity, causing the state of their living changes overnight?
The increasing trend of lacking integrity may undermine the national productivity growth. Consequently, the prevalence of apathy or nonchalance contributes to lackadaisical and dishonest deeds such as criminal deception. Not forgetting that the destitution of enthusiasm as well as determination are one of the routes towards disability or strong corporate entities. Integrity is about doing the right thing, regardless of what circumstances, convenience, or alliances. It is an essential core value to a country's success and development. Indeed, integrity is the foundation of good governance, protecting a country from debilitating behavior such as corruption, while at the same time helping the country achieve its goals. Yes, the world is a robust place. Nevertheless, it is not a ticket for us to avail others' kindness into own benefit.
Now, let's hear what our expert would like to remark on how this issue arises and on what ground this happens.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Fakihah bin Fauzi. I'm a reporter from the Commentary Project. I would like to ask some questions regarding case Sarawak solar scandal, since you are an expert and knowledgeable person. Doctor, would you like to remark on how this issue arises and on what grounds this happened?
The fundamental question that you need to know, okay, we need to understand first, especially the basic nature of political regime in Malaysia. I think what happened actually, we talk about corruption. Okay? Corruption is a very serious issue, and it has become a political disease for such a long time. But the problem is that why these cases, why it happened, basically it is all about political consciousness. We lack of that. We can see that there are few things which is I see this as unfit. Okay, that is not fitting. Okay, to this type of political system in Malaysia, in terms of giving and also in terms of receiving, and of course that corruption itself, it has become a curse. Therefore, I see this as something which is simply associated with the people's attitude, and therefore they strive to do something in order to increase their wealth. So I think, that's.
Let us proceed with the interview sessions on public opinions about their thoughts toward the solar scandal case in Sarawak.
Did you aware of the issue of Datin Sri Rosmah solar issue in Sarawak? If yes, what's your opinion?
Oh no, I'm not aware of that.
Ya. Yes. Maaf, tapi saya tidak tahu.
Ya.
Untuk isu solar Sarawak skandal ni telah banyak dapat liputan berita. Jadi apa yang disahkan kes ni adalah Datin Sri Rosmah telah gagal untuk menimbulkan keraguan munasabah terhadap dakwaan tersebut.
Apa yang saya tahu, ketika Datin Sri Rosmah Mansor menjadi our First Lady, dia terlibat dalam banyak masalah integriti.
Dan pada pendapat saya, tindakan Datin Sri Rosmah ni menyalahi undang-undang kerana disebabkan masalah integriti. Masalah integriti, dan dia juga menyalahgunakan wang tersebut bagi kepentingan diri sendiri.
Although Datuk Rosmah was found guilty, I think this project should be continued. It's because it will benefit the people.
Kalau kekurangan kos pembiayaan untuk meneruskan projek ini, saya rasa Datin Sri Rosmah perlu mengembalikan wang tersebut kerana ia merupakan hak rakyat. Oleh itu, saya rasa Datin Rosmah Mansor telah bersikap tidak telus dalam mendapatkan projek ini dan ia melanggar undang-undang yang ditetapkan.
I think Datin Sri Rosmah Mansor has been non-transparent getting this project and it abused the established law. Jadi saya rasa individu yang terlibat dalam kes ni tidak faham tentang integriti yang menyebabkan mereka menggunakan wang kerajaan untuk kepentingan diri sendiri daripada kepentingan rakyat.
Together, we lost this great attitude from spreading across the nation, spoiling the systemic core value our country had dearly.
Therefore, actions need to be taken to put a stop to this crucial issue that determines the country's future. The authorities need to take proactive measures to address this problem, including enforcing laws and regulations, creating awareness campaigns, and bolstering corruption prevention agencies like SPRM. We, as citizens, on the contrary, have a vital part to play in order to prevent dishonest behavior from occurring again later. Our primary responsibilities lies ahead within informing officials on corrupt activism and upholding zero tolerance against it.
Did you catch the shocking fact just now? I am standing right here to gladly receive what our expert would like to recommend any initiative against this issue.
From all the details stated, we could infer that integrity principles need to be implemented completely, relying on the people itself that need to partake in supporting such actions, which is not just the province of the government. Ergo, everyone regardless of one's age, gender, nationality, or position required to apply these approaches to guarantee a brighter future onwards for Malaysia.
The court hasn't decided any sentence against the suspect as the case is still an ongoing process up until now. Hence, we will never know the truth behind the scene.
One must stand up for what he believes. Is it the integrity principle can be banished from this life? Is Datin Sri Rosmah can be proven liable on the integrity case stated? We will let the audience figure out on their own. Is it your time to appraise any judgment regarding this scandal?
This show has come to its end.
Brought to you by Unsolved Mystery. Until next time!